very excited today to share our 5-year Eastern Quoll partnership with Australian Geographic.
So back in 2018 we donated $50,000 to the Eastern Quoll Recovery Programme here at Aussie Ark. It was probably the biggest single donation that the Australian Geographic Society has ever made, and the reason that we made that decision is that we really do believe in Tim Faulkner and his mission to save Australia's crashing biodiversity.
Aussie Ark is a not-for-profit conservation organisation specialising in endangered species. And Australian Geographic, they're always on the search for good old-fashioned Aussie projects. And our species need that. We don't have pandas or lions or tigers. We have bandicoots and potoroos and bedongs, species that many people have never heard about. But that's what Australian Geographic loves.
We were already aware of the success of Tim's work with the Tasmanian devil, and the eastern quoll is an animal that has been extinct on the mainland since the 1960s. There are still wild populations in Tasmania, but those populations are also declining. We felt that this is a species that we could get behind. It's charismatic.
They're incredibly unique. There's nothing like them anywhere else in the world. So that makes their conservation all the more important.
So that initial $50,000 grant that was given by the Australian Geographic Society to Aussie Ark went towards the establishment of the Species Recovery Unit. That's the intensive breeding programme part of the Eastern Quoll Recovery Programme here at Aussie Ark.
The partnership has allowed for the creation of Eastern Quoll breeding facilities, Eastern Quolls to be not only bred in those facilities, and last year we had our biggest boom ever, hopefully this year it's more again. We've been able to release Eastern Quolls back to mainland in a feral-proof sanctuary where they're now thriving.
The programme began with 14 individuals that came to Aussie Ark from Tasmania. Since then, the programme has cared for over 300 individuals, and the Species Recovery Unit population consists of 8 breeding pairs of Eastern Quoll.
Since this partnership commenced, Aussie Ark now cares for the largest population of Eastern Quolls in Australia, in fact the world. And the very exciting part then is that those can be rewilded to other projects, and the population gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Large fenced sanctuaries like the Barrington Wildlife Sanctuaries are working. So these fenced sanctuaries fence out, or they exclude feral invasive species, and that's the conservation method that is showing real results, coupled with intensive breeding programmes. So as a model for conservation around the world, Aussie Ark has something tangible to offer for biodiversity crisis worldwide, not just here in Australia. The Australian Geographic Society is really proud of our relationship with Aussie Ark, and we're really proud of their achievements as a conservation organisation, and we look forward to continuing that long and successful partnership into the future.
In 2015, I was lucky enough to be named Australian Geographic Conservationist of the Year. And the Aussie Ark partnership has evolved and gone far beyond that in the years following. So as always, I need to say a huge thank you to Australian Geographic for all that you do.